Kivotos Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Kivotos Live broadcast. We are here with the global broadcast once again. Of course, as we say hello to our Korean hosts, our MCs, Reina on the right and MC Dongmin on the left. But over here on the global broadcast, obviously you are hearing our own voices. Chober here with my trusty sensei, G-Clef.
Hello, senseis. It's been a couple of months, not too long this time, though.
Yeah, not too long. Well, it was what? Yeah, there you go. There we are on screen. Just a couple months ago. So it's still a little bit of time, but now we're really trying to just keep up with everything, obviously.
And as you can see, we're all dressed up. Oh, the screen tossed away already. We're all dressed up for a reason. I think you guys know, you senseis should know what's going on from the theme, the stage.
Yeah.
We have our suits on, suits on.
It's always we always have such drastic changes in our scenery every time we come back for a Kivotos Live broadcast.
Last time was much more of a cherry blossom springy seasonal with a lot of pink, but this time it's a lot more purple. As you can see, some dresses from the students, as we're going to be talking about these students real soon.
Yeah, I know a lot of our senseis were talking about it in the chat already during the countdown as we were all just vibing. But of course, there's a lot that you can think back to. Obviously, we always have a lot of fun, a lot of things to discuss here during the Kivotos Live broadcast. But that means that today there's quite a bit to look forward to as well.
Yes, and already from the chat, we're saying we want to hear the dev talk already. We want to hear from them, the behind the scenes, how they made this, because the event right now in game, which we'll talk about later too, it's really good. I actually felt like a role-playing game. I want a separate game of Blue Archive just in that mode. It's actually really well made in quality.
Yeah, it's always crazy when that happens, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, this could continue to just be fleshed out, but it's just an event. But that means that there's always going to be more to look forward to as well. So I think that's what we want to focus on. Is there anything in particular that you're kind of hoping we see today during the Kivotos Live? Because last time, we have to remember, we had a special guest appearance as well, right? We had Haru, the voice actor, coming in, and that was a very pleasant surprise.
Well, it's already out with the patch, with this week's patch, that we do have a Korean voiceover in the game. So maybe that's a hint that the senseis, I think if you have been patched and if you have been selecting going into setting, you can change from Japanese voice into the Korean voice. So that's a big update in the game right now.
Yeah, obviously a very huge one. So if you're interested in all the different kind of language choices that you're able to kind of bounce back and forth, then that might be something to look forward to. But of course, I think the biggest one is there he is. No surprises.
Camera guy.
Yeah. Hold on.
Wait, I think
maybe it's a mystery.
We saw someone.
Maybe it's a mystery.
Oh, that's Dongmin trying to be Gatsby. You're not Gatsby.
He's taking it the whole scenery right now.
He looks good.
Yeah, he can't handle it.
Gatsby.
He can't handle it himself either. Just having some fun. Yeah, just a little bit of cheers to get into the mood here. The royal formal mood that we have going on. But as always, like you mentioned, always we have like the dev updates to look forward to. We get to see a little bit of behind the scenes in some of the designs and maybe some of the events as well. And then of course, the very core part, we discuss upcoming events, upcoming patches. Updates.
I think that's the core.
Yeah, that's the biggest part.
Dress party, I think that should be in 100%, along with a lot of the dress characters coming out real soon. So I think that's going to be the big drill of today's Kivotos Live.
And then again, if we maybe have some extra surprises, we get to hear a little bit more. And they're talking about it right now that maybe we have an extra or a new appearance on the dev updates as well, because we've been seeing some more devs show up to the dev updates.
Developer actually on the desk.
Okay, so that's something they just mentioned it on the Korean side. So it's always nice to see that they are really trying to involve as much of the dev team as possible to communicate with the senseis as well.
It's always lovely to hear what they thought about and how the process went, and they had alternatives of what the dress would be like, what the character should be like, and then how they came out with the final product. It's always interesting to hear from the devs.
Yeah, and they're just mentioning it as well, is just trying to listen in. And there are going to be some special guests showing up today as well. Now I do want to just, maybe temper expectations. In the past, like they've teased it, and it was actually just like Young PD, but in a different timing or something like that. But let's maybe have some hope, because last time it was a pretty big surprise. So
Is it a multiple?
I don't know.
Or
I
a
don't know.
singular? Or
Reina just
many?
said-
Or just one solo?
Yeah, Reina just said that she wanted to know because she was told that they're special guests, but she's not quite sure who
She
it's going to
said
be.
yes.
Yeah, she did say
In a
that.
way.
So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so we do have a lot more prepared for you. Also, please stick with us. And here we go. Live!
賑やかな声人前で弾くのは初めてだけどたくさん練習したから大丈夫ブルーアーカイブ弾いてくれた先生
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
We are
Yep.
skipping. We are really
Bit
going
of a-
with lightning speed on the broadcast.
All right.
Oh, who could that be?
Back on the stage.
Oh, who could that be?
The camera's a bit too high.
The scary guy.
The dark mask.
He's turning a little too much.
Yeah. I think. Oh, Young PD, you're great at a lot of things, but I do think you're gonna need to take some acting classes.
Oh, Chobra.
You'll love to see it. Oh man, obviously I think we'll have a chance to talk about this later on, but I know some of our senseis globally had a chance to meet Young PD as well over the summer, so I'm sure that was a great experience, but it's always such a pleasure to have him here, and he's just mentioning it right now. He was in the States, of course, for Anime Expo, and then he actually was traveling to Shanghai.
Yeah, just a few days ago. And just for those of sensei, new senseis just joining in to Blue Archive or the Kivotos Live for the first time, Yonga PD, he's the Blue Archive lead director of the game. He's in charge of many things that he has mentioned. He's in charge of the chores too.
Yeah, kind of in charge of everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so I can't imagine what it's like to be in his shoes. But obviously, if you are a new sensei, then I hope you get used to seeing him. Yeah, welcome first of all, and I hope you get used to seeing him because it is a great pleasure to be able to speak directly with the lead producer, of course, of Blue Archive. I mean, every couple months, right? About all these updates.
It's kind of rare to have the lead director be in the broadcast every several months to be showing you all the events, telling us exactly what happened and what's going to happen in the game soon.
Yeah, and yeah,
And I
just
can tell that he also got better with the broadcast.
Yeah. He's
Over
gotten
the years, right?
He's gotten a lot more natural. And he was just mentioning, just in case some of the global senseis were worried as well, a lot of senseis have asked him, if you're always going to events and coming on broadcast, when are you actually developing the game? And he just said, don't worry, these are all happening usually on the weekend. So weekdays, he is still helping develop everything.
So he's 24/7 on the plane,
Working nonstop.
nonstop, exactly.
But guess what? We don't have to be worried because I'm sure he gets paid well.
I'm sure he's the lead of Blue Archive. Chobra, come on. I don't think you even have to mention that.
No. But yes, he's always so eager, as he was just saying right now, to really communicate with us. So we really appreciate it. I do want to say that Young PD not dressed in the same fashion, but he is joining us today, and it does look like there might be another guest coming up right away because Dongmin MC is looking very eager.
Eager and nervous at the same time.
Yeah.
To be having guests.
Oh yeah, he's got a serious face on. Oh yeah. Oh, Dongmin MC's got some acting going on too. He's saying, I'm a little nervous. Yeah.
He's always into acting.
Yeah, he's got the butterflies in his stomach. But yeah, Young PD just mentioning right now, a lot of you, as you mentioned earlier in the intro, obviously the new event already in game.
Yeah, the Serenade, it's a big one, and make sure it takes some time to actually go through all the stories, so make sure to pop it in right now if you haven't, because it takes some time to actually go through all the stories.
Oh, but we're gonna check the PV first.
賑やかな声人前で弾くのは初めてだけどたくさん練習したから大丈 ブルーアーカイブ聞いてくれた先生。ブルーアーカイブいぶきどうぞ。これをこうしてじゃーんできた。ついに降臨してやったぞ。前段発射。あれ逆。あら先生、少し遅くないですか。やはりそうだったのですね。危険因子を排除いたします。よく似合ってるって。心を込めて演奏するエレガンテ。
So there it is. Of course, the update that was on the 23rd, basking in the brilliance of their serenade and all the fancy dresses as well.
Exactly. You've got to tease if you haven't played that piano before. So Hina will play that for you. You can go through that practice with her. So it's going to be a good one because I can already hear Hina playing that piano, getting the practice from the forest, just like Ichino Sekai. So she's getting the practice done. And as I mentioned, it takes some time, so make sure to go through the event now if you haven't, really, because you have an extra week and a half, I think now. We are about 3-4 days in since the event happened.
And of course, Yonga PD just wanting to share a little bit more for us. So just summarizing so far, just what we saw in the video. Of course, it's going to showcase some of the students with their dresses, but he wants to just share a little bit more detail. And there it is. We have the graphic to follow along as well, so you don't have to listen to everything in case you've been missing out. But there is a new event story. So we mentioned it briefly earlier, but there is a story involved with this as well.
Yep, that's on the left. There's something special going on before we actually have that big party with the dresses. So Hina is a lot like a detective going through the cases, asking a lot of other students what's going on, why is this happening, and looking into what's happening to Makoto. So that's the story, but it takes some time. You get to meet a lot of new faces like Erika, Kirara. There's some new faces in there in the event. I think that's a sneak peek of the future coming into Blue Archive. Potentially, I actually don't know. But there are characters in the game from the Go Home Club, so I imagine they'll be in the game eventually.
Yeah, we always like to do a little speculation here on Kivotos Live, and sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, but it's always fun to just try
Their
to
modeling
predict.
was a little too cute to not be in the game, honestly, Chobra. I think I just have to see it.
Yeah, they always do such a good job, right? Where it's just like, it's almost like they want us to really just ask for it, but it's already all prepared anyway. So we'll have to wait and see. But as you saw on screen, there's several rewards as well, and multiple parts to this new event. So again, if you've been missing out, definitely already just sign in right away to make sure you have that going. But let's go through right now, and let's just transform a little bit here into a couple of the students you'll be able to see. No, go back into. There you go. Yeah. You're Makoto now. There you go.
Okay, Makoto, but I pulled her.
Oh,
200.
Yeah.
And also Akko. 200. My pyroxenes deleted.
Gone.
Even with the 100, not fully, but I got everything.
Yeah, up to
up to 70, I think.
Oh,
almost,
okay.
or maybe more, maybe less, but I had to fully pull it.
Well, that took a lot from you. All the pyroxene's gone. There you go. So up to 100 draws.
Yeah. If you haven't, make sure to log in. Check your mailbox. We'll get the tickets.
100回ガチャ無料だ。
いぶきもやりたい。
存分にやるといい。
100回ガチャ無料。
ブルーアカ100回ガチャ無料。
이렇게 무료 모집 때문에 지금 우리 선생님들께서
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
up to 100. Like that's a lot. That's a big number.
It is a lot, especially because you can always hit that ceiling.
Yeah.
And you're not alone, Sensei. I was right there with you.
It's a lot, but maybe not for everyone. Sometimes it feels like it's not a lot.
And especially because right now, as you can see on the screen, right there, right on the right side of that car, there's that dress Aru, which I'm not gonna say it exactly, but you should be going to.
I mean, listen, if they're on the desk,
Lots of powerful, good-looking, beautiful dressed students coming real soon.
Yep.
So it's a perfect time to. Oh, you've kept that pyroxene for a long time.
yeah. No, well, there's always a time. There's always a time to spend it.
Polling moment.
Yep. So hopefully, again, you're taking part in the event. Make sure that you have, you get every possible chance to, of course, recruit all the students that you've been looking forward to, especially with the dresses and all the variations. But okay, so we've talked a little bit about what's already out there. Now there is another update that Yongha PD wants to tell us about, and it's going to be the 3 times event.
We'll have the calendar exactly on the screen.
There you go. The
Triple. We haven't had triple for some time now. It was only a double. And especially because our max level is going to be up to 90 now. I think I'm around 88 half-ish, about 9,000 plus. And on the weekends, though, as you can see, there will be a double account EXP.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
you can push the max level a little faster so you can get all the students up to level 90. If that's the goal, you should play a little more on during the weekend to get that pushed all the way up to the 90. And then you always keep on running out of those reports, especially the pinks.
Yeah, but we're cycling through everything, right, for the next month.
And that's why we're having the triple.
Exactly.
Well, not the EXP is double, but everything else will be triple.
Yes.
From what I know, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, if you missed it, obviously, just feel free to rewind or go back after the
bounty,
live stream is
lesson,
over.
The scrims, the mission, normal, hard.
You
They
gotta
will
screenshot
all,
it. There you
they
go.
will all go around. Yeah, it's all in our official community. So go check that. It's also if you go into the game, and I think it should be like over there, the notice.
Yeah.
And there's ongoing event. If you click on this guy,
You click on
the
I'm in the
screen,
game. No, I'm
in
not.
the game. There's ongoing event, and click that. It's right there. It's very simple.
But really, at the end of the day, if you can't be bothered with all that, just continue to enjoy Blue Archive, and you'll be getting extra rewards.
It's
right?
also
That's
the
that's
thing.
the
Some
bottom
people, some senseis need more resource of this or that. So select if it's bounty that you need, lessons that you need if you want to get more relationship points, or also some more items if you want to go hard or normal.
And we do have another exciting update to talk about.
Yes!
Coming up next week, I believe.
Rest Hina in just about 3 days, I believe.
Yeah, I guess it is the weekend. Yeah,
And
you're right.
not just Hina, because for those of you who do not have Hoshino swimsuit, like me, that's me, I don't have her. And I'm already like down to 2 digits on pyroxenes. But I'm just gonna pull out my golden card and just swipe it.
Sensei G-Cliff, you have to calm down. You have to calm down.
okay.
He's been
Okay,
getting worked.
Chopra.
He's been getting worked up before we even started Kivotos Live today. You're gonna be okay.
Dress Hinas?
You're gonna be okay. Well, I
I have a
actually,
feeling that she's gonna be very strong.
yeah, I actually don't know if you're gonna be okay because I feel like what time is it? It's only 8:20 p.m. We've only been live for 20 minutes, so surely there's more things to look forward
Okay,
to.
we'll have some coffee time in the middle, all right?
Yeah, maybe because you might faint at some point. But
Yeah, but both are very, very incredibly in terms of performance.
and
skills,
Yonga
very
PD, I was just saying, I don't want to say it officially, but 2 very, very, very strong students. So
Yes.
Something that you'll want
proven
to
by PD.
look forward to. So it's always great to get that confirmation from Yongha
You got
himself.
me covered if I run out of energy.
No worries. But we're not done just yet. Yonga PD is just
We're
going
just
through.
on the way, right?
Yeah, he's just going through everything. And this is going to be coming up in August in a little bit.
Oh, yes. Summer in Blue Archive is, of course, a Christmas time in
Yes.
Blue Archive.
As it goes.
Oh, yes. That's always the same. We have Serena and also Hanae for Christmas. And I also another really good character for the healing, especially in the game. And also there will be a prologue. Oh.
Yeah, we saw a glimpse of it earlier, teased a little bit.
Oh, prologue of the Foreclosure Task Force.
Okay. Wow. This is okay. Hold on. I feel like we're moving way too fast.
Chapter 3, yes, it's a new chapter. It's been a while since we had other chapters, not the Foreclosure Task Force. But it seems like we're moving into a different section of the story because the Kaiser group did withdraw. So this is like another after season episode.
Right.
Oh,
so
very exciting.
A little bit of a
spitting on you
teaser.
a little bit. I'm too excited today.
They didn't see it. You didn't have to see it. All right, we're getting real comfy with Kivotos Live now. I can tell.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, so what we just went through.
I just never get invited to parties, so I'm very excited today.
I'll invite you. I never host parties, but if I did ever host a party,
yes, please.
I would invite you, Sensei G Club. Don't worry. But yeah, so we just went through, obviously. So we just talked about the new event that's been going on since the 23rd, and then the 2 students next week, or in a couple days rather, Hina dress version, and then Shino with a swimsuit, and then we have the Christmas time coming back, and then the prologue. So a lot coming up in the next couple weeks for sure.
So lots of new events and also the new stories beginning. Oh, and moving on to
Okay.
Waka.
August 13th. Okay. So Happy Valentine and the Silence and Feast events coming up. And we're going to have the returning pickup recruitments as well.
Yeah, and then later it's already Valentine's Day. Yeah.
We're just cruising through every holiday.
Yep. Merry Christmas, and then right after it's Valentine's. Oh, and Sena Tiro.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up these students, we have a lot of students that you can get close to.
Yeah. So again, these are going to be part of that event coming up on 13th, halfway through August. So you saw kind of the details there. If you're missing some of those students and you're looking forward to them, then
I do want a Mine. Because last assault, I think I had a tough.
How's your
some tough reasons? And if I had Mine, I think it could have been a lot easier.
I mean, hearing this, every character sheet that we're introducing, every student sheet that we're introducing, you're saying that you want.
It's tough. It's tough.
You gotta pick and choose. I know that all the students are lovely, but you do have to play favorites a little bit.
I'm not Nonomi. I did not have the golden credit card. Mine's not even black. It's just a regular old. I actually have to get a replacement because it doesn't scan anymore.
All right. Well, with that, we do have a new event story coming up as well. Okay, so this is at the end of August, on the 20th of August, with the update coming up.
Opera with Love. That's a new event.
Yeah, an entire new event. And I saw on the right side there was a little teaser about the students as well that'll be available on that story.
It seemed like it was Aru in dress and also Kayoko in dress, and Aru, another very strong character.
Okay.
Should be coming real soon. As you can see from Dongmin's face, as you
yeah.
might be missing it. That's on the August 20th. So about 3 weeks, 4 weeks away.
Yeah, about a month away. Yeah, just about. So obviously just every week pretty much, but really just the 2 weeks coming up. And
I'm excited for that event. There we go. Aru dress and Kayoko dress.
There you go. The new recruitments available on the 20th.
Another piercing heavy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, piercing heavy for Aru, and
should be really strong. The piercing's got lots of strikers now. Then that's crazy.
Yeah, so Aru dress and Aru with the dress and Kayoko with the dress, as we saw it in that teaser. But here are the basic character student sheets.
Look at the modeling of Aru. It's just the beauty, right? They're always problem solvers, but I always call them problem makers of 99, not just 68. They never solve anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
They do solve it at the end, but on the way, They do make a lot more problems.
As soon as you said problem makers for whatever reason, and then looking at the dress, immediately the song Troublemaker was playing in my head.
I'm sure a lot of senseis understand what I mean.
Yeah.
We've been through the story, so
there you go. So we have some returning, returning
lots of events
recruitment
every week,
but then
basically.
new recruitments coming up as well. And you're going to need to basically recruit every week. Are you going to be okay?
Almost
Do you have
every
enough
week.
pyroxenes to get through this all?
No, I have two digits. And
Two digits?
That's not enough for a single pull. And I'm expecting.
Are you hoping that Yonghwa PD plays a little Santa Claus today? Is that what?
That too, but that's not going to be enough for sure.
No, it's never enough. It's never enough. But we'll see. You always wait till the end. And
Oh, yeah.
Yonghwa PD, he knows. He knows because he's in the same boat. We're all in the same
We
boat.
already have the 100 free pull. So if you
True.
for those of you guys who got lucky, maybe you got to save some pyroxenes
Unlike-
right now.
Unlike some people.
Unlike very unlucky sensei, it's very rare. It's very rare. But
Is it though? I don't know. Looking at our senseis, I don't know.
And any senseis out there that could share my
literal-
incidents with the pulls?
We just had a sensei say 2 digits, literally me.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, we're all just like each other for real, for real.
That's right. Whoever said that, sensei, I could feel you right there.
All right. So anyway, that's kind of the quick rundown on all the events that are coming up. We kind of blaze through that in the half hour here, just getting through all the facts real quick for the upcoming month and a half, more or less. But we do have some updates to be able to hear about the behind the scenes, right? About all
it
the
time?
I think so. That's what the Korean hosts are saying. But Yonghwa PD gonna do a little bit of an introduction, saying that we are gonna hear from the devs and what that process looks like to prepare all these events. So let's take a look.
네, 안녕하세요. 이번 개발자 코멘터리의 진행을 맡게 된 블루아카이브 신임 디렉터 안경섭입니다. 이전 개발자 코멘터리에서는 전투팀 팀장으로 인사드렸는데요. 앞으로는 디렉터로서 우리 선생님들께 더 다양하고 즐거운 키보토스 세계를 경험하실 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 이번에도 개발 비화를 소개하기 위해 스튜디오에 여러 개발자분들이 오셨습니다. 이어서 자기소개 부탁드립니다.
선생님 여러분 반갑습니다. 개발자 코멘터리에는 오랜만에 얼굴을 비추게 되었는데요. 글로벌 개발실 기획팀장 황인철입니다.
안녕하세요. 시나리오 팀 팀장 오현석입니다. 지난 2.5주년 개발자 코멘터리에 이어 연달아 인사드리게 되네요. 오늘도 바쁘신 다른 라이터분들을 대신하여 시나리오 비하인드 및 설정 등을 소개하고자 이 자리에 참석하게 되었습니다. 잘 부탁드립니다.
안녕하세요. 2D 캐릭터 원화 팀장 파루루입니다. 또 이렇게 선생님들께 학생들의 디자인 비화를 소개해드릴 수 있게 되어 기쁩니다. 잘 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 처음 인사드립니다. 3D 애니메이션 팀장 이아정입니다. 저희 팀은 귀여운 저희 학생들을 더 매력 있어 보이게 만드는 모션을 작업하고 있습니다. 잘 부탁드립니다.
안녕하세요. 3D 배경 모델링 팀장 최진우입니다. 유저분들께는 처음 인사드리게 되었는데요. 블루아카이브 개발 시작부터 지금까지 배경을 담당하고 있는 고인물 개발자입니다. 앞으로도 잘 부탁드립니다.
네, 저도 패널로서 참여한 적은 있지만 진행을 맡게 된 것은 이번이 처음인데요. 한번 매끄럽게 잘 이끌어 보도록 하겠습니다. 아정님, 진우님은 처음 출연이신데 긴장되지 않으신가요?
이게 촬영되고 있다고 생각하니 좀 많이 긴장되는 것 같아요. 그래도 블루아카이브 세계관을 소개한다는 사명감을 가지고 최선을 다해 열심히 해보겠습니다.
사실 엄청 긴장되고 떨립니다. 하지만 모션의 진심인 블루아카이브인 만큼 선생님들이 궁금해하실 얘기 많이 할 수 있도록 노력해보겠습니다. 떨려요.
2.5주년 생방송 이후 약 3개월이 지났는데요. 3개월 동안 많은 일들과 행사가 있었죠. 다들 기억에 남는 것들이 있으실까요?
저는 5월에 있었던 2.5주년 페스티벌이 생각나는데요. 그 무대 위에서 창근님이 빵떡자로 각성해버린 거예요. 그게 사전에 예고된 건 아니었거든요. 이게 조용히 일만 하셔서 약간 내성적인 분인 줄 알았는데 정말 대반전이었습니다. 그 뒤로 행사장을 같이 다녔었는데 이게 빵떡자랑 같이 있으면은 이 사진을 찍으려고 줄이 한 분이 생기면 그 뒤로 줄이 쫙 생기는 거예요. 그래서 다들 눈치만 보다가 빵떡자를 버리고 다들 도망쳤습니다.
사실 저도 빵떡자를 버린 한 사람으로서 2.5주년 페스티벌이 가장 기억에 남는데요. 선생님들과 배구대회도 열심히 재밌게 하고 제가 작업한 학생들을 코스프레 하신 선생님도 계시더라고요. 그 선생님들과 즐겁게 사진 찍어서 재밌었습니다.
전 정말 아쉽게도 당시엔 참여하지 못했습니다. 다음 행사가 있다면 꼭 시간을 내볼 생각입니다. 하지만 블루아카이브 2차 창작물을 판매하는 행사 등에는 꾸준히 참가하며 여러 굿즈를 구매하곤 했습니다.
네, 그러면 이제 지금부터 본격적인 개발자 코멘터리를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 소개해드릴 내용은 지난 5월 업데이트된 메인 스토리 5편 백화요란 1장 피어나길 바라는 꽃망울처럼의 내용인데요. 저희가 저번 코멘터리에 보스로 등장한 쿠로카게의 제작 비하를 먼저 설명드리면서 어떻게 보면 스포일러를 해버렸는데 죄송합니다. 이번 코멘터리에서는 그와 관련된 본편의 제작 비하도 이어서 설명드리겠습니다. 이번 스토리의 기획 의도와 방향성에 대해서는 시나리오 팀의 현성님께서 설명해 주시겠습니다.
네, 백화요란 1장 피어나길 바라는 꽃망울처럼은 그동안 이벤트 시나리오 등에서 간간히 언급되었던 백기야행 학원의 치안 조직인 백화요란을 다루는 스토리입니다. 백화요란은 다른 학원의 치안 조직과는 달리 백기야행의 오랜 전란을 종식시키고 이들이 하나의 학원으로 연합할 수 있도록 일조한 동아리라는 설정을 갖고 있는데요. 때문에 백화요란의 부원들은 학원의 구성원들을 지킬 수 있는 이른바 엘리트로서 그 책임을 실감하고 또 고뇌하고 있습니다. 또한 이러한 특징들은 부원들의 복식에도 잘 녹아 있는데요. 담당자께서는 다른 치안 조직과의 차별화를 위해 근대의 사무라이라 할 수 있는 신센구미의 이미지를 참고하여 캐릭터를 디자인하셨다고 합니다. 물론 블루아카이브의 세계관에서는 칼로 싸워서는 안 되기 때문에 일본도와 인상이 비슷한 제식 라이프를 들려주고 물빛에 하오리를 입히는 방식으로 그 이미지를 살려주셨다고 하네요.
확실히 백화요란의 물빛 하오리는 제복의 이미지도 있지만 그 세일러복과도 되게 자연스럽게 어우러져가지고 스튜디오 내에서도 예쁘다는 평이 많았던 것 같습니다. 그럼 파루루님, 먼저 백화요란의 부위원장인 나구사의 설명을 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 일부 최종장에서 가장 먼저 모습을 드러낸 백화요란의 부위원장 나구사는 백화요란에서도 가장 먼저 디자인된 캐릭터입니다. 친구를 잃고 설산에서 홀로 방황하고 있다는 설정을 듣고 설녀 같은 이미지의 캐릭터를 완성해 주셨다고 합니다. 눈꽃 같은 이미지의 헤일로와 더불어 나구사 하면 특유의 세모세모한 실루엣을 떠올리는 분들도 계신데요. 나구사를 그리신 MX2J님도 캐릭터 작업 때 실루엣을 중요하게 여기시는지라 어느 정도 의도하긴 했지만 이 정도로 삼각형이 될 거라고는 예상치 못했다고 하셨습니다.
유저들이 나구삼각이라고 부르더라고요.
네, 그 다음으로 백화요란의 참모 역할을 맡고 있는 키쿄입니다. 원래 흑단발의 동양적인 이미지가 강한 캐릭터였는데 캐릭터성을 강조하기 위해 담당 라이터분과 함께 고민하다 현재의 고양이 요소를 추가하셨다고 합니다. 처음에는 개성을 위해서 부여한 요소였다는데 키쿄 특유의 새침한 성격 탓인지 유독 진짜 고양이 같다는 평가를 자주 받는 것 같아요.
키쿄 하면 빼놓을 수 없는 또 하나의 요소는 참모로서 전략을 수립하는 것인데요. 이 요소 또한 키쿄의 스킬 연출에서 잘 드러나고 있습니다. 아정님, 그 키쿄의 스킬 연출은 어떻게 진행되었나요?
키쿄의 경우 특유의 고고하고 진지한 느낌을 살리고 싶었는데 말랑말랑한 우리 인상의 캐릭터 모델링 특성상 분위기를 살리는데 고생을 많이 했습니다. 참모답게 키쿄는 부원의 얼굴이 새겨진 나무말을 지도 위에 배치해 전략을 짜는데 연출을 하고 보니 적 진영의 가운데에 아군을 배치한 형태가 되어서 백화요란 중에서도 키쿄가 제일 인정사정 없는 캐릭터라면서 팀원들과 농담처럼 얘기했던 적이 있습니다.
저는 이게 EX 스킬 사용할 때 십자포화를 퍼붓는 이 모습이 되게 참모 컨셉인 키쿄랑 잘 어울린다고 생각했거든요. 이 교차로 퍼붓는 탄환이 표현이 쉽지 않았을 텐데 역시 우리 아트실의 장인 정신이 돋보이는 그런 결과물인 것 같습니다.
네, 그리고 다음은 백화요란의 돌격대장이자 청춘을 꿈꾸는 소녀 렌게입니다. 렌게는 저희 학생들 중에서도 드물게 용꼬리를 갖고 있는 학생이죠.
네, 실은 렌게를 담당하신 작업자분이 도마뱀을 키우고 있는 집사님이셔서 렌게의 원화를 보자마자 자신이 하겠다고 자원하셨습니다. 그 덕분인지 꼬리의 움직임에 엄청난 영혼을 담아 작업해 주셨습니다.
렌게 하면 상호작용 가구 작업도 생각이 나네요. 렌게가 겉으로 보기에는 굉장히 왈가닥할 것 같고 한 성격 할 것 같은 느낌이잖아요. 하지만 상호작용하고 회의에 들어왔을 때 예상과 다른 소품을 요구해 주셨어요. 소녀소녀하고 가정적인 이미지에 요리를 정말 집중해서 하는 모습에 반전 매력을 느꼈습니다.
백화열한 학생들은 모두 스나이퍼 라이플을 사용하잖아요. 보통 저격 소총은 멀리서 쏘는 게 일반적인데 랭게는 약간 샷건 같은 형태로 근거리 공격을 하더라고요.
네, 이 부분에 대해서도 담당자가 전투팀 분들과 논의하며 오래 고심한 부분이라고 하는데요. 저희 게임에서 라이플을 사용하는 캐릭터는 후열 저격수 역할을 맡는 경우가 많기 때문에 돌격대장의 느낌을 더 살릴 수 있도록 총도 총열을 단축시킨 기병총 형태로 개조를 하고 EX 스킬도 소위탄을 장전해서 강력한 한 방을 투사하는 형태를 채택했다고 합니다.
그리고 백화요란의 막내이자 이번 피어나길 바라는 꽃망울처럼 편의 주인공이라 할 수 있는 캐릭터인 유카리입니다. 유카리의 경우 엄격한 집안에서 자라나 기품 있는 행동이 몸에 배인 반면 세상 물정에는 어둡다라는 설정을 가지고 있는데요. 그래서 유서 깊은 가문의 영예라는 인상을 줄 수 있도록 힘의 컷이나 마로 눈썹 같은 일본 전통의 비주얼을 반영하여 디자인되었다고 합니다.
유카리 하면 빼놓을 수 없는 게 이 찹쌀 같은 떡, 그 찹쌀떡 같은 볼이잖아요.
안 그래도 유저들 사이에서 빵떡이라고 부르는 그 특유의 귀여운 볼 모델링에 대해서는 지난 2.5주년 행사 때 담당 모델이셨던 이제 창근님이 발언하셔서 소소한 화제가 됐었었죠. 창근님의 말씀에 의하면 이 모델링을 하시면서 원화 작업과 병행해서 작업을 하느라 디테일을 살리지 못한 부분이 많아서 좀 아쉽긴 하지만 볼을 빵빵하게 만든 것만큼은 아직도 후회하지 않는다고 하시네요.
그리고 이번 시나리오에서 악당으로 등장했지만 귀여운 매력을 선보인 캐릭터 슈로의 소개도 빼놓을 수 없는데요. 슈로의 설명은 계속해서 파루루님께 부탁드리겠습니다.
슈로는 화조풍월부 멤버 중 가장 처음으로 디자인된 캐릭터입니다. 지금의 모습에서는 상상하기 힘들지만 요란한 외모의 악동 같은 시안도 있었는데요. 점차 스토리를 이해하고 갈피를 잡아가면서 현재의 일본풍 복식으로 정리하게 되었습니다. 사실 초기 시안에서는 키가 작지도 않았고 위험한 녀석이라는 이미지가 강했는데 디자인 막바지에 팀원들의 아이디어로 꼬맹이로 바꾸게 됐거든요. 그로 인해서 무섭기보단 교활하고 얄미운 이미지가 되어서 어딘가 으시시한 코쿠리코님과의 케미가 더 좋아진 것 같습니다. 아직 코쿠리코님을 포함하여 화조풍월부의 인물들과 실종된 백화요란의 위원장 아야메의 소개를 하지 않았는데요. 이 인물들은 추후 메인 스토리에 계속해서 다루게 되는 만큼 앞으로 이어질 스토리에서 직접 확인해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
왜 코쿠리코는 코쿠리코님인가요?
코쿠리코님은 아무래도 코쿠리코님이라고밖에 그게 저는 코쿠리코님의 첫 스케치를 본 순간부터 늘 이렇게 부르고 있습니다. 너무 아름답고 기품 있으세요.
그 외에도 이번 백화요란 스토리에서는 새로운 배경 및 연출이 다수 사용되었는데요. 진우님, 이번 백화요란 스토리에선 사용된 배경 및 연출들에 대해서 설명해 주실 수 있으실까요?
네, 이번 이벤트 스토리를 위해서 등불 축제가 진행 중인 기본 배경과 화조 풍월부에 의해 파괴된 불타는 배경 한 종을 추가 제작하였는데요. 백기 야행이 시민들이 축제를 즐기고 있는 축제장의 모습인 기본 모습과 화조 풍월부의 사건으로 인해 인기척이 사라지고 불이 치솟는 음산한 배경으로 변하게 만드는 과정이 좀 어려웠습니다. 그리고 기본 배경의 노점상을 잘 살펴보시면 귀여운 동물 주민들이 맛있는 음식을 만들어 팔고 있는데요. 일부 주민들은 학생의 스킬에 따라 상호작용을 하기도 합니다. 이 기능을 많은 선생님들이 알아봐 주셔서 기뻤습니다.
네, 그리고 다음 스토리로 넘어가 볼까요? 다음에 소개해드릴 내용은 지난 6월에 진행되었던 베리타스 학생들의 캠핑을 다룬 스토리, 전내 신춘행진곡입니다. 이번 스토리도 현성님이 제작 의도와 방향성에 대해 짧게 소개해 주실 예정입니다.
네, 이 캠핑 이벤트는 신년 이벤트에서 학생들에게 기모노 의상이 아닌 다른 의상은 입혀볼 수 없을까 고민하다 나온 이벤트인데요. 특히 인도어파의 너드 성향이 강한 베리타스 학생들은 새해에도 실외로 거의 나가지 않을 것 같아서 일부러 캠핑이나 산행과 같은 아웃도어 이벤트와 엮어서 이벤트를 구성해 보았습니다. 쓰기 전에는 베리타스 부원들을 너무 가혹한 환경과 상황에 배치했나 싶어서 조금 마음에 걸렸는데 막상 쓰고 보니까 부원들이 이 스토리를 통해서 조금씩 성장한 것처럼 느껴져서 개인적으로도 만족스러운 작업이 되었습니다.
사실 캠핑하면 대표 주자는 SRT잖아요. 약간 인도파에 해당하는 이 밀레니엄 학생들이 등장해서 저는 되게 신선했던 것 같습니다. 이벤트 스토리에서 보면은 캠핑에서 겪을 수 있는 다양한 그런 상황들이 많이 묘사되어 있는데 어떻게 옆자리에 계신 현성님은 평소에 캠핑 자주 가십니까?
아니요. 저는 황윤대제 이벤트 때도 말씀드렸지만 저는 야외 활동을 싫어하는 편입니다. 뭐 캠핑 애니메이션이나 만화는 좀 좋아하지만요. 그래서 글을 쓰면서 캠핑을 주도한 치히로의 대사보다는 마키나 하레가 하는 불평 쪽에 좀 더 본심이 섞인 것 같습니다. 하지만 이제 하레와 마키를 디자인해 주신 국기님께서는 솔로 캠핑을 자주 즐기시는 편이라서 설정을 짤 때 여러모로 조언을 들을 수 있었습니다.
네, 국기님께서 직접 겪은 겨울 캠핑 경험을 살려서 예쁘게 차려입은 복장보다 따뜻한 기능성 측면에 방점을 두고 디자인하셨다고 해요. 그러면서도 이 나이대 소녀들의 귀여움이 느껴지게끔 신경 써서 코디하셨다고 합니다. 학생들이 갖고 다니는 소품도 대체로 실제 갖고 계신 캠핑용품을 모델로 참고하셨다고 하는데 특히 하레는 평소에 옷을 가볍게 입는 아이지만 무리 없이 야외 활동을 할 수 있도록 보온 장비를 충분히 둘러주셨다고 하네요. 그리고 또 잘 보시면 가방에 무선 스피커로 사용할 수 있는 아테나 사무 한 쌍도 챙겨 달아주셨어요. 캠핑에서는 모름지기 좋아하는 음악을 들으면서 휴식하는 게 묘미다라는 지론이 있으시거든요. 치히로는 못마땅하게 생각하겠지만요.
또 하레의 메모리얼 로비도 감성을 잘 살려서 구현해 주셨는데요. 메모리얼 로비에서 배경이 된 천문대의 이미지는 지난 2020년 폐쇄된 R15 천문대를 모티브로 하고 있습니다. 미지의 우주를 탐사하는 천문학자들의 이미지가 진리를 탐사하는 베리타스의 이미지와 잘 어울린다고 생각해서 작성한 2년 시나리오였는데요. 이를 상징하듯 하레의 마지막 대사도 보이저호에 실린 지구의 인사말에서 따왔습니다.
이어서 코타마의 경우도 평소와는 달리 활동성 좋게 머리를 포니테일로 묶고 따뜻한 보온 장비를 착용하고 있는데요. 소리를 녹음하기 위해 깊은 숲에 들어갔다가 곰에게 혼쭐이 난 에피소드를 반영하듯 곰을 쫓는 베어벨을 EX 스킬 용도로 장비하고 있습니다. 시나리오 팝업 일러스트와 더불어 EX 스킬에서 등장하는 곰의 이미지는 코타마와 함께 코코산도님이 그려주셨는데 흉포한 곰이라는 지문과 달리 동그랗고 귀여운 곰이 나타나서 미소 지었던 기억이 있네요.
이번 캠핑 이벤트에서는 이벤트 스토리의 몰입감을 높이기 위해 스토리에 등장하는 배경을 재현해 보았는데요. 고산지대를 표현하기 위해 기존에는 잘 쓰지 않았던 침엽수 림으로 식생을 제작하고 레벨팀에서 전투맵 연출을 위한 새로운 기능을 추가해 주셔서 전투 중 고산지대의 광활한 원경을 볼 수 있게 했습니다. 작업 중 침엽수 림 어딘가에 곰을 넣어보자는 의견도 있었는데 그건 정말 아쉽게도 일정 이슈로 추가하지 못했네요.
저는 뭐 이번에 픽업으로 등장한 두 학생도 되게 매력적이지만 베르타스의 다른 두 부원인 마키와 치히로 아주 예쁜 사복을 입고 등장했는데 어째서 이 둘은 픽업 대상이 아닌가요?
그건 시간과 예산이 부족한 탓에 어쩔 수 없이 뭐 마키와 치히로도 평상시와는 다른 헤어스타일을 하고 좀 더 활동적인 매력을 선보였었는데요. 특히 양갈래로 머리를 따은 마키가 여동생 같은 이미지가 커져서 그랬는지 선생님들의 호응이 생각보다 커서 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 내부에서도 마키와 치히로 캠핑 의상은 인기가 많은 의상인 만큼 추후 업데이트를 기대해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 다음으로 소개해드릴 이벤트는 선생님들께서 지금 즐기고 계신 이벤트죠. 게나 파티를 배경으로 한 빛으로 나아가는 그녀들의 소야곡입니다. 저희 게임에서는 처음으로 필드 이벤트라는 컨텐츠를 통해 학생을 수동으로 조작하며 교내를 탐험할 수 있게 구현한 첫 번째 이벤트인데요. 먼저 스토리 및 제작 의도부터 부탁드리겠습니다.
이번 이벤트는 게엔나의 선도부장인 히나가 평소에 선도부에서 어떻게 일하고 있는지 또 게엔나 학생들은 이에 맞서서 어떤 기행을 저지르고 있는지를 좀 더 구체적으로 보여드리기 위해 기획된 이벤트인데요. 이를 위해 필드 이벤트라는 신규 콘텐츠가 도입되었습니다. 이 필드 이벤트의 규모가 워낙 크기도 하고 스토리와 연계된 부분도 많았던지라 담당 라이터께서 개발이 진행되는 동안 계속 시나리오를 수정하고 덧붙이면서 여러모로 고생을 많이 해주셨어요. 그만큼 공수도 많이 들었고 텍스트 분량도 기존 이벤트에 비해 배로 많이 들어갔지만 그만큼 유저분들이 많은 호응을 보내주셔서 보람도 컸다고 합니다.
그리고 블락카 처음으로 학원의 모습을 3D로 상세하게 표현한 이벤트입니다. 키보트스 3대 학원 중 하나인 게엔나 학원의 다양한 모습과 희나의 개인적인 공간을 작업할 수 있어 좋았습니다.
이번 이벤트에서는 많은 선생님들이 기다리셨던 만마전의 두 학생 마코토와 이부키가 실장되었죠. 두 캐릭터의 컨셉 및 제작 비화에 대해서는 아정님께 소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 개인 나이 학생이라 할 수 있는 만마전의 의장이자 외모에 어울리지 않는 허당스러운 행동이 매력적인 학생 마코토인데요. 외견에서 풍기는 카리스마와 우스꽝스러운 행동을 조화스럽게 표현하기 위해 노력했습니다. 특히 마코토의 전투 시작 모션에서는 코트를 펄럭이고 있는데 이 부분은 희나의 승리 모션을 참고하여 희나와 대비되도록 반대로 제작하였습니다. 다음으로 만마전의 마스코트이자 귀여운 막내 이부키는 제 최애기도에서 사심과 애정을 듬뿍 담아서 작업했는데요. 이부키는 만마전 학생들의 귀여움을 한몸에 받는 캐릭터여서 다른 학생들이 이부키의 어떤 모습을 좋아할까 고민하면서 작업했습니다. 또 이부키는 이로하의 TSA와 상호작용을 해서 탑승을 하는 기믹이 있는데요. 그 때문에 작업량이 다른 캐릭터의 2배가량이 되었습니다만 작업하는 내내 정말 행복했습니다. 사랑스럽고 귀여운 이부키니까요.
또 이번 이벤트에서는 만마전의 학생들뿐만 아니라 선도부의 학생들, 희나와 아코의 새로운 의상도 등장했죠. 이 의상의 개발 비화에 대해서도 들어보지 않을 수 없겠는데요.
네, 이번에 희나 아코의 드레스 의상을 디자인하신 도레미님은 처음에 피아노 콩쿠르를 나가는 여자아이와 약간은 극성인 학부모 이미지를 떠올리셨다고 해요. 하지만 희나는 어린아이처럼 보이면서도 어느 정도의 성숙미 또한 갖추고 있기에 이 두 가지 모습을 동시에 챙길 수 있도록 신경 써서 작업하셨다고 합니다.
이번 시나리오에서 희나는 처음으로 다른 사람들의 앞에서 피아노 연주를 선보이게 되었는데요. 희나의 떨리지만 자신감 갖고 노력하는 모습에 핀트를 잡고 모션을 작업하셨습니다. 특히나 컷인에서 그 감정을 연출하기 위해 몰두하다 보니까 컷인이 20초가량 만들어지게 되었었는데요. 스킬 시스템상 어려움이 있기에 눈물을 머금고 모션을 덜어낸 슬픈 사연이 있습니다. 보여드릴 수 없어서 아쉽네요. 그리고 희나가 피아노를 연주하는 장면도 노래와 동작을 정확히 매칭시키려고 실제 연주 영상을 보시면서 프레임별로 한 땀 한 땀 작업하셨습니다.
희나와 달리 아코는 다소 무리해서 입은 듯한 화려한 드레스라는 이미지를 기반으로 시안을 작성했고 시나리오 담당자분과 협업하여 세부 디자인을 결정하셨다고 해요. 특히 아코는 메모리얼 일러스트에서 뒷모습이 강조되기 때문에 드레스 등을 어디까지 파이게 할지에 대해 진지한 의견 교환이 여러 번 오갔다고 합니다.
아코는 다른 학생들의 드레스에 비해서 파격적인 디자인의 드레스를 입고 있기에 기본 아코보다 실루엣이나 표정 등에 굉장히 신경을 쓰면서 작업하셨습니다. 특히 방금 말씀하셨던 것처럼 아코의 드레스는 뒷모습 또한 중요한 매력 포인트라고 생각했습니다. 그래서 이 모습을 편성창에서 보실 수 있도록 특별히 이번 픽업에서는 추가 편성 대기 모션을 제작했습니다. 또 아코는 평소에 희나의 보디가드를 자청하고 있지만 은근하게 희나의 옷 매무새를 고쳐주거나 건강을 챙겨주는 등 언니 같은 부분도 있기에 합동 승리 모션에서 이 부분을 연출해 보려고 작업해 주셨습니다. 두 사람의 케미가 잘 드러나 보이더라고요.
네, 앞서 여러 차례 언급된 것처럼 이번 이벤트에서 가장 화제가 되었고 또 공수도 많이 들어갔던 컨텐츠가 바로 필드 이벤트인데요. 진우님, 필드 이벤트를 제작하면서 있었던 여러 가지 특별한 제작 비화가 있을까요?
네. 처음 필드 레벨이 발주되었을 때 기획 담당자분께서 굉장히 죄송스러운 표정과 자세로 혹시 죄송한데 이거 이때까지 가능할까요? 하고 가져온 것이 기억에 남네요. 이때 마감까지 정말 몇 달 남지 않았었어요. 게다가 기존 일정이 이미 있는 상태에서 새롭게 발주된 거여서 정말 초비상이었습니다. 추가로 시스템적으로나 연출적으로나 새롭게 시도해보는 것이 많아 테스트도 필요한 시점이었습니다. 정말 많은 일이 있었지만 아무튼 시나리오 팀에서 원하던 열종의 레벨을 전부 제작할 수 있었네요. 이번 기회에 개인나 학원의 다양한 모습을 만들 수 있어 정말 즐거웠습니다. 회의 초기 단계에서 자유로운 시점 변화가 가능한 오픈형 RPG 같은 형태로 제작하자는 의견도 나왔는데요. 아쉽게도 시도할 시간이 없었습니다. 다음에 기회가 된다면 꼭 한번 시도해보고 싶습니다.
저는 스케줄에서나 볼 수 있었던 개인 학원을 이게 직접 체험해 볼 수 있어서 너무 좋았거든요. 이게 온통 문제밖에 보이지 않는데 이렇게 학교가 망하지 않는 거 보면 희나 위원장의 그 고충을 잘 느낄 수 있었습니다. 정말 열정적으로 작업해 주셔서 한 명의 선생님으로서 너무 감사하게 느끼고 있습니다.
3D 애니메이션 팀에서 여러모로 신경을 써주셔서 희나가 학원 곳곳을 돌며 상호작용하는 모습이 다채롭게 표현되었던 것 같아요. 책장에 높이 놓여있는 책을 뽑지 못해 깡총깡총 뛰는 모습이나 창가에 앉아 밖을 바라보는 모습이나 고양이를 쓰다듬는 등 여러 표현들은 3D 애니메이션 팀에서 의욕적으로 대응해 주신 덕분에 탄생할 수 있었습니다.
그러고 보니 희나가 고양이를 쓰다듬는 장면에서 골골송처럼 리얼한 고양이 사운드가 나서 커뮤니티에서 소소한 화제가 되었었는데요. 리얼한 사운드를 얻기 위해 사운드팀에서 팀 내 고양이 집사 여러분께 부탁을 해서 다양한 음원을 수집하셨다고 해요. 덕분에 희나의 모션에 따라 귀엽게 반응하는 고양이를 연출할 수 있었다고 하십니다.
사운드 이야기가 나와서 말인데 저는 필드 전투 중에 그 미식연에게 납치당하는 그 후우카가 납치당하는 장면 있잖아요. 그때 통통 튀는 BGM에 맞춰서 학생들의 얼굴이 전환되는데 저는 그 장면이 너무 재밌더라고요. 특히 이제 사고를 치고도 너무 해맑을 표정에 그 아카리를 보고 있으면 이 광기가 느껴진달까요?
해당 후우카 납치 씬은 최대한 재밌게 만들게 하기 위해서 많은 노력을 기울인 장면이라 많은 선생님들께서 즐거워해 주셔가지고 정말 보람이 있었습니다. 스토리에서 늘 버려지는 순서대로 이즈미와 준코가 희나랑 마주치게 되는 구성이나 전투 중에 카메라를 조금씩 회전해가지고 보여주는 장면 등에서 담당자의 노력의 흔적을 볼 수 있는데요. 참고로 전투 담당자는 아카리가 전투 중에 후우카 그 뒤로 엄폐하자 이건 좀 해도 너무한 것 같아서 아카리의 위치를 좀 바꾸려고 이제 여러 번 시도해봤습니다. 하지만 다리의 폭이 좁아 배치할 위치도 애매하고 결정적으로 좀 보다 보니 뭐 그럴 수도 있지 하면서 그냥 유지하기로 했습니다.
캐릭터의 전투 AI의 성격도 묻어나는 건가요? 정말 대단하네요.
네, 마지막으로 글로벌 서버에 많은 선생님들이 기다려주고 계신 업데이트죠. 한국어 보이스의 실장 관련하여 개발 진척에 대해 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 관련하여 글로벌 개발실의 인철님께 소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
한국어 보이스를 위한 시스템을 구축하고 녹음하기 시작한 게 작년 9월이거든요. 개발에 착수한 지 1년 가까이 되었는데 녹음과 개발이 드디어 완료되어 8월 업데이트에 공개 라이브 실장 예정입니다. 이번 업데이트가 진행된 이후에도 표시 언어와 별개로 선생님들께서는 일본어 음성과 한국어 음성 중 원하는 음성을 자유롭게 선택해서 들으실 수 있고요. 그 신규 음성이 들어간 테스트 빌드는 현재 서비스 중인 빌드와 별개로 개발되었기 때문에 하나로 합쳤을 때 이슈가 생기지 않도록 최선을 다하고 있습니다.
정말 진짜 수고가 많으셨겠어요.
네, 물론이죠. 대본 검수, 음성 검수, 사운드 작업까지 데이터에 대한 검수 작업이 필요한 건 물론이고 새롭게 녹음된 음성이 캐릭터 고유의 특성과 잘 어울리는지도 파악해야 했기 때문에 검수에 투입된 비용이 특히나 높았습니다. 대사 검증과 노이즈 체크를 위해 담당자들이 이 고가의 헤드셋을 사더라고요. 저도 몇 번 써봤는데 음질 참 좋더라고요. 또한 메모리얼 러비처럼 타이밍에 맞춰 스크립트가 넘어가는 연출의 경우 말풍선 타이밍이 일본 음성과 한국 음성이 달라질 수도 있기 때문에 약 7,000건이 넘는 보이스 파일을 직접 확인해야 했습니다.
네, 정말 오랜 기간 열심히 공을 들여 완성한 업데이트인 만큼 많은 선생님들께서 성원해 주셨으면 합니다. 정신없이 얘기하다 보니까 벌써 시간이 이렇게 되었네요. 아쉽지만 오늘 준비한 개발 코멘터리는 여기까지입니다. 마지막으로 오늘 참석해 주신 개발자 여러분들께 소감을 들으며 마무리하겠습니다.
저는 벌써 다음 코멘터리 때에는 어떤 분이 나올지 너무 기대됩니다. 스튜디오에 대단한 분들이 워낙 많아서 선생님 여러분 앞으로도 작고 소중한, 이제는 엄청 크고 소중한 블루 아카이브 잘 부탁드리겠습니다.
오늘도 개발 중에 있었던 여러 가지 비하인드 스토리를 들려드릴 수 있어서 즐거웠습니다. 앞으로도 더 재미있는 스토리를 들려드리기 위해 노력할 테니 계속해서 잘 부탁드리겠습니다.
소개해드리고 싶은 내용은 너무 많은데 시간이 부족해서 아쉽네요. 선생님들께서 관심 있게 지켜봐 주시는 만큼 기대에 보답할 수 있도록 늘 노력하겠습니다.
이렇게 선생님들 앞에 나올 기회가 사실 별로 없거든요. 다른 분들 대신에 얘기를 전할 수 있는 기회가 되어서 뿌듯했습니다. 앞으로도 저희 학생들 많이 사랑해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 특히 이부키요.
이렇게 작업물에 대해 이야기할 수 있어 정말 즐거웠습니다. 앞으로도 학생들이 활약할 키보토스를 만들어낼 테니 많은 관심 부탁드립니다.
네, 선생님들이 재밌게 즐기셨는지 모르겠네요. 다음번에는 더 다양하고 재밌는 비하로 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 그럼 다음에 또 뵙겠습니다. 안녕.
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 Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was a lot. Yeah, a lot of behind the scenes.
A lot of detailed effort and
Yes.
work behind the scenes.
It always like we always hear how much work goes in, or all the small details they think about. But then I'm always impressed every time we get another update from the devs.
It's like we just know how to use the handle and press on the brake and accelerator, but we have no idea what goes on in the engine and the transmission, right?
Yeah.
But when they explain these, like they even have to change the script for the voice line because it's not the same length for the Japanese and the Korean.
Yeah.
Wow, that takes a lot of effort and detail and time
Yes.
into the work.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, obviously, just even in that 30-minute update that we just had, we're talking about the first kind of like field event, right? This style of event that they've attempted.
It's so good.
Yeah, so that's a big first, and then of course the voice, the new dub for the Korean dub coming through. And Younga PD just talking about how there's so many more things that he wants to do, but now as we just heard, like they're constantly going through this trial and error and realizing
They're
how
trying
much
a lot of different things.
yeah, how much time and effort this all takes. I mean, we even heard some of the devs talking there about like how one team gives them, the next thing that they want to work on. They're like, whoa, so soon? Like we only have, a couple weeks, couple months. So it takes a long time, but I'm glad I was looking, and a lot of the senseis, I think, we're able to appreciate just, what goes in for us to be able to enjoy all of these.
How many of you of the senseis out there changed into Korean? Did you guys try the Korean version?
Yeah, because I know people...
I plan on going through all the story once again with the Korean voice.
Okay,
now.
yeah.
And I just realized that yesterday. I can actually go through all the stories with
True.
Korean voices now.
True. Yeah, that's
So
a
I plan
big
on doing that
difference.
next week. Because
Yeah.
I have some free time next week.
So yeah, that'll be your time.
Along with the
just-
pickup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but I know people like to have some options, right? Because sometimes it's just slightly a different vibe, or maybe you understand certain languages and not others. Obviously, there's other reasons to go through that, but very, very appreciative. Obviously, that took a while as well, and then we heard a little bit of
I tried
background.
it. Okay. Some good feedbacks from senseis already.
Nice,
Hope you guys are
nice.
liking it. I'm going through, and there's some difference in voices between the characters. It's nice to feel a different vibe in the
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. And now, of course, the Korean side talking about just, bringing in new devs as well to, discuss all the behind the scenes. And it's always nice to see new faces from the dev team. And Younga PD saying there's more devs that he wants to feature in these dev updates. So
Oh,
hopefully we
okay.
can hear from other faces as well and other voices from behind the scenes as well. So for all of our senseis globally as well, we hope you continue to show the support. I know you have been every time we're here for the Kivotos Live, but I hope that you are able to continue to show the support for all of the Daves as well.
And now the MCs
Yeah.
are talking. We've just got a glimpse of some empty seats on the stage.
It's
how
been
many seats
extended.
do we have? 1, 2,
Four.
3, 4 extra seats.
That's a lot.
It's not us because we have to stay here.
That's
for sure, guys.
that is it would be a crazy day if we just went up there and we started just talking in 2 different languages.
That actually will be.
It would be crazy. We would be the only ones who could actually understand the whole conversation.
We'll promise you will not leave the picture-in-picture.
We're here for all of our
We're
senseis
trapped in this
globally.
rectangle right
Yeah,
there.
we gotta make sure that we catch any nuggets that Younga PD just kind of drops on accident. That's happened before, where he slips and says every nugget
And then he
here and
always
there.
think, I'm not supposed to, I don't think I'm supposed to say
Yeah.
it, but I'll just say it because I
But-
can say it.
Yeah, but before we go through the official introduction
Oh.
of everyone, I do think there's one more thing.
Oh, you might have checked this out from the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere, maybe from
Somewhere in your own dreams,
from Japan.
somewhere in a futuristic dream, somewhere.
Somewhere.
But I think we're gonna be taking a look at the next PV. Ooh.
Chills.
Yeah, no, that was sick. When the I just there's so many parts to love about it, but when the music changes and the guitar comes on and you see the students practicing for their band performance.
Nagisa in the
Yeah.
museum.
I
You
mean,
can see the band, the
Yeah.
beach, some kind of concert, and the maybe a musical.
yeah, some
in there?
festival going on as well. But I do want to mention quite a bit of a different tone as well, right? The past couple times
yes.
we've seen it, it's been
The
there's a
final
lot of
chapter
yeah,
and
there's a
it was
lot
dark
of yeah
and
darkness.
lots of red and black, but it's so bright this time.
Yeah, kind of going back to the, I guess, kind of the summer vibes, the sunshine and things like that. But Yonga PD, touching upon that right now, actually saying that obviously, we touch on some of the serious topics and the dark topics as well. But at the end of the day, with this PV, we wanted to give a bit of a throwback to, okay, what is the student life like, right? What are our students going through? Kind of focus on, their life here rather than all the seriousness around them. So. That's the new focus for the PV. But there were a lot of nuggets in
I think
there.
there were some new students that I haven't seen, some new faces that I haven't seen before at all. So maybe that will be coming soon enough.
Yeah.
With the next PV.
I mean, because already there's other students that we all have to recruit right now. So there's
Oh yes, the dress. I think that's a portion. That was only a portion of that PV at the end.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot to look forward to. But we go through this every time, right? With the new
We do.
PVs, there's always things to look forward to, and eventually we get through all of it. So there is going to be quite a bit to look forward to as well. And now, Yonga PD talking about what's about to come up here for Kivotos Live, the new special guest, and he says it's related to the big patch that we had for any of our
Serenade, the
Korean,
event?
for the Korean voice users.
So I think that's a big hint going to all the senseis at who the guest might be.
Yeah. Okay. So
Who could it be?
put two and two together, right?
Connect the dots.
Last time we were here, we had a special guest coming up, and now Dongmin MC's going crazy.
Yeah, last time we had the Korean voice actor for Arona and Prana.
Yeah. So I wonder. There's 4 chairs though. That's a lot of people. So maybe some.
Peroro and
Oh, okay. So it's going to be 4 voice actresses coming up, and we are gonna have Haru, the voice actress for Arona, like you mentioned, returning this time as well to join us here for Kivotos Live. But we do have 3 extra.
the
as
voice
well.
actress for Hoshino, Wakamo, and Aris.
Oh, wow, the full lineup. Okay.
Excited.
Well, let's hear from them first. And first up, it is going to be
she's
Haru.
back.
Yeah, we met her last time.
안녕하세요 선생님 여러분. 네, 아로나 프라나의 목소리를 맡고 있는 성우 김하루입니다. 반갑습니다.
Yep, Haru Kim, as you see, the voice of Arona and Prana. And next,
조경희 성우님도 부탁드릴게요. 네, 안녕들 하신가 선생님들. 블루 아카이브 호시노의 목소리를 맡은 성우 조경이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
yeah, we want to let them kind of let you figure out, who's who here with the voices there. Of course, that was Hoshino.
네, 안녕하세요 선생님들. 저는 블루 아카이브에서 와카모 목소리를 맡게 된 성우 김현우입니다. 반갑습니다.
네, 어서 오세요.
And the voice actress for Wakamo, the one with the mask.
네, 선생님 여러분 안녕하세요. 블루 아카이브에서 아리스 목소리를 담당한 성우 김가령입니다. 반갑습니다.
And Karyong Kim, the voice actress for Aris. So we have 4 special guests.
Wow, not just one, they quadrupled.
Yeah, next we're gonna need a full banquet hall if we keep growing like this here for Kivotos Live. It's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, we might be needing a lot more chairs next time.
Yeah.
This is a full lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to have them here. Hopefully we can hear a little bit of maybe some fun episodes from behind the scenes as well. Last time, Haru kind of told us about what it was like when she was first approached about becoming the Korean voice, right, for Arona as well. And kind of some fun episodes that happened in all that preparation.
And it does seem like there's a bit of an issue going on right now from YouTube servers.
Yeah, from the stream. I saw it on the global side a little bit earlier as well.
Maybe not as much for the global side.
Yeah, so I mean, if there is any hiccups, for our global senseis as well. We just ask that you please, be patient with us, and we will, if it's anything that we can do on our end, our staff is looking at it as well. So thank you so much for bearing with us as well. And now, and
Yeah, we will always try to do our best on our end to make sure the stream is stable, and so everything is being tossed live to you guys. That's what Kivotos Live is all about.
yeah, and I guess maybe that means that Dongmin MC was actually going through and doing a little bit of his own take on the voice acting, but maybe you missed it. Maybe
no one gets to stop. No one gets. Maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe it just evaporated into thin air. Well, anyway, thank you so much for being patient, and we will we'll continue to monitor the situation. But for now, let's focus back on to our special guests, of course, with all of our global senseis as well. And now, obviously, 4 special guests. And, they're all voice actresses as well, so they're all kind of representing students.
There are lots of students, of course, and there are lots of powerful students, but the impact from the story, I think this is a really great lineup. Aruna Plana, of course. Of course, you can't forget about Haru, who's on the screen right now. Hoshino, voice actress for Hoshino, Wakamo, Aris. They're all in charge of a chapter at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So very, very significant as well. But let's hear from them directly now. Haru last time was here as a guest, but now she's here as a kind of special guest host as well.
Oh, is she not part of the guest?
No, she's hosting with Yoha PD. And just saying that, I'm just as nervous as the first time. So
it's our second time. So
yeah, but she's in a different role now, so I can only imagine. But just saying that, it started with nervousness last time, but as I was going through with the senseis, I found myself really enjoying Kivotos Live, so I'm looking forward to that change happening again today, which is great to hear, because I know a lot of the senseis appreciate getting to hear from them directly.
I think she's releasing that nervousness because it's our second time this time.
And now it's going to be the other 3 voice actresses. Now it's all their first time here, doing a live broadcast with our senseis. So just how do you feel right now?
That's
the voice of Hoshino. Yeah, and just saying, I'm very nervous, but also excited. And she just says, I know that we represent the students, so you're hearing my voice and you're hoping to see the student on screen. And I'm sorry it's me, but I hope you can take it in stride and appreciate me as Hoshino herself. I mean, I think we can all appreciate the voice here.
We appreciate all the voice actresses coming out to the broadcast.
Oh, for sure.
They're busy.
Yes.
I know for a fact they're very busy. They have very busy schedule. Gathering all 4 at the same time is actually extremely hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big undertaking. And yeah. Oh, Dongmin MC just saying that he thinks maybe by having these special guests here, maybe this is just kind of foreshadowing that there's going to be a lot more content in the future as well. Just trying to put his hopes and dreams out there.
Oh, really? What could that be?
Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. But now, of course, we have to hear from the voice actress of Wakamo as well, because a lot of people probably have questions about, okay, who voices a character, a student like this?
이번 주에 우리말 버전이 공개가 됐는데 며칠 안 돼서 이렇게 직접 또 인사드리게 돼서 너무 설레기도 하고
So some butterflies in my stomach because it's only been a couple days since the Korean dub was released, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know what all the senseis were expecting, but I hope that you can appreciate the dub, and I hope we can have a good time today on Kivotos Live.
Yeah, that's Yeonu Kim, which is actually crazy because Wakamo speaks nothing like her real voice.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to make.
We all know how much fire, how hot she is. Literally, she's on fire.
Right.
All the time. And she's got somewhat of a different personality, I guess, behind the mask and on the mask.
Yeah, it's always very impressive. It's always very impressive what the voice actresses can do.
그러니까요. 그
그래서 더 반가운 것 같습니다.
I must have missed it. What were the MCs?
I think Dongmin MC was talking about a little bit about he had an episode last week working on a different show as well.
Okay.
But now getting to meet
Aris.
Aris, yeah.
너무 영광인데 이렇게 또 키보토스 라이브까지 불러주셔서 너무 영광이고 오늘
Also just saying,
더빙에 대한 비하인드 열심히
it's an honor. I'm very glad that I can be here. I was an honor to even be able to voice Iris in Blue Archive, but now to be here live for Kivotos Live is a complete honor. So I hope I can share a lot of fun stories from behind the scenes as well. So
That's
I think
Paryeon Kim.
Yeah.
Welcome, and we're honored to have her here on our show.
All right, so Dongmin MC saying, all right, Yongha, what is the reason, right? Reina, both the hosts saying, what is the reason that we're having the voice actresses here today? And Yongha PD just saying, we told you that we're going to go for this undertaking of the Korean dub, and we said it's probably going to take about a year, which I guess it did, right? It started in September. And Yongha PD explaining, now some people questioned why would it take so long, et cetera, but there's several reasons why we had to go through all of it because one, obviously there's a lot of students, but two, we wanted to make sure that we brought in the right voices that can really deliver, how accustomed our senseis have gotten with their students, right? Really represent the students to their fullest, and we wanted to make sure we made it high quality as well.
Of course, there were some worries that other sensei is going to like this fully, but I was really glad that a lot of senseis were liking the product.
Yeah, and going through all of that, right, the ups and downs of all that process, but now, as we mentioned, having a Korean dub that a lot of the senseis have been excited about or are, have enjoying it currently. So wanted to make sure that we had a chance to meet the VAs as well. And we're going to take some time right now to interview them and hear about the process and maybe their thoughts about the students.
How they felt and how they thought about the student when they're going through the recording. Because if it started from September, they might have recorded this last year.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Depending
some
on
of
the
them. Yeah.
students.
Yeah, that's right.
So it must have been a while for some of the voice actors.
Oh, I can't imagine having to wait all that time, right, to see it come to fruition. But all right, so we will go through and have some interview questions and hear from our VAs right now. First up, we are going to hear from Kyunghee Cho, and she is the VA for Hoshino. So let's focus on Hoshino for the time being. And the first question from MC Reina is going to be, all right, we all know what it's like when you get the drag animation for Hoshino when you get to select your
when
squad.
you drag the squad from left to right.
Yeah, from left to right.
Of the four before you go into the battle.
Yeah, because Hoshino's got a bit of character there. Also, Kyunghee Cho is just saying we had to put a lot of effort into this because obviously a lot of senseis already had a voice that they were accustomed to, and they have a certain style that they're expecting already. So there was a lot of pressure to make sure I deliver that in Korean.
그래서 좀 더 열심히 해야겠다라는 생각이 있었던 것 같아요. 그러면서 이제 이 친구는 들기를 하더라도 막 힘있게 하는 스타일이 아니라서.
So I really tried my best to deliver in the right vibe. And even if when I'm picked up, I really tried hard to be relaxed as the laid-back voice of how Hoshino is originally sound.
There it is. Wow.
Laid-back voice.
Yeah. So it's funny. I was chuckling because she said, well, I had to make sure that I was laid back, but I'm not dragging things back, right? So there's a very fine line there.
That doesn't even make sense in a lot of ways, but okay.
Oh, but just right on a dime right there. And now just to hear from her, what is the charm of Hoshino? And she just says, well, it feels like Hoshino is already going through her second time at life, right? Like even though she's a student, usually you think about students and these characters have like a lot of life in their eyes. They sparkle. They've got a lot of energy. They're looking forward to stuff. But Hoshino feels like a student who's been there, done that already as a student already.
I could tell that she put a lot of effort to put her personality into the voice because Hoshino's kind of unique. She's always laying down somewhere,
Yep.
even in the story, and
Yawning.
always saying, "You guys just take care of that stuff."
Yeah, and obviously right now we're seeing some of the video as well.
The swimsuit, it's available for pickup in just a few days.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
make sure she's by 영화 proven one of the best, one of the most powerful.
Yeah, we-
EX, especially EX.
Yeah, we saw that earlier as that preview, but I mean, you can see it in the video right now. The facial expressions, of course, already tell you the character of Hoshino, but to have that voice that really, really supports it.
또 신경 쓰셨던 부분도 아닐까 싶습니다. 의외라는 이 부분을 어떻게
And so, just asking that sound is that must be the kind of big focus for the voice acting.
쓸 수 있다면 뭐 어디 보자 가만히 있어 보자 이런 걸로 했겠지만 의외로 해야 되니까
So, just saying, if I could have had, used different words, I probably would have just spoken like an old lady. But there was that specific tone we had to use. That was just, Hoshino going, so I had to figure out what is the voice and tone. What's the...
But she knows nothing like a sassy lady type.
Yeah.
So she really tried to get in the mood of as if you just woke up from a
Exactly.
from sleep.
Exactly.
빌려드릴까요? 지금 적어야 될 것 같은데 빨리.
So I think that was, that was kind of the biggest focus here for Hoshino's voice acting.
Yeah, even the EX, the storylines and the events.
네 그렇습니다. 이렇게
Oh, and Haru actually having a question for
늘어지는
her colleagues as well.
뭔가 의욕이 없고
Yeah, so this is a character, who looks like they aren't really looking forward to anything. They're not really determined to do anything. But then you go to the beach and suddenly, they come alive a little bit. So how do you manage that?
한국어가 언어적인 특성이 좀 있잖아요. 하루 성우님도 잘 아시겠지만 일본어 같은 경우는 이제 받침도 좀 잘.
Yeah, so just explaining that, first of all, there's a big difference between obviously Japanese and Korean as a language. And so in Japanese, she feels that it's actually the language really...
She's getting technical.
Yeah, no, but I think this is very interesting. So she explains that the Japanese language doesn't have as many hard consonants, so it actually lends itself to being able to fluctuate back and forth between being energetic and then being laid back and kind of just slurring the sentences together. But then in Koreans have a much stronger language in terms of the pronunciation. And so we don't usually speak like that in the Korean language as much. So I had to think about how do I make sure I dictate differently to make sure that I'm showcasing that character.
Yeah, because especially the Korean pronounces differently, a little stronger in terms of how you speak the letters, the alphabets of Korean.
Yeah, and also she even mentioned that, you look at the hair color of Hoshino as well, and it's not a very stark color, so I wanted to make sure that the voice also wasn't too stark either. I mean, that's a lot of thought to go into really bringing the student alive here.
That's exactly what it takes to be a voice actress.
Yeah, you have to really understand, right? Because, I mean, even in real life, right, when we're meeting each other, you kind of put a voice to a face, right? So when you're meeting the students here in Blue Archive as well, there's going to be a certain expectation, etc. So I really appreciate. I actually really appreciate that she went all technical on that because that's an important part to remember.
It is and especially not just the global senseis, the Korean senseis are loving this voiceover right now in Korean.
And now just adding on the fact that obviously we are representing the Korean language to a certain extent. So there's a certain standard we have to keep in terms of how the language itself is spoken, but also accommodating, again, what the senseis are used to for the Japanese dub to make sure that you get the exact same feeling. So the intonation is different among languages, but we have to keep, we have to keep the language true, but we also have to keep Hoshino true. So there's a balance
That's
here.
Right. As a voice actress, you can't cross some certain lines.
Yeah.
You have to pronounce Korean in a way. So I think that's another part that she had to really break the doors open to.
어떻게 많이 사랑해 사랑해 주실까나. 많이 사랑해 주세요.
So that's just her, just asking everyone to continue to show a lot of love for Hoshino, but trying it in Hoshino's voice there. But I can't imagine. Obviously, we're here translating for you guys this interview as well for all of our senseis globally. So I would like to think that G. Cliff, you and I also have some experience, with the different languages and the different styles as well. But then having to stay in character, and already a kind of all these lines that have already been shared with the senseis globally, and everyone has an expectation, and you're trying to bring that alive in a different language is very impressive.
Yeah, especially when there's already an original from the Japanese version. You can't be too far away from that distance, but you also have to be having the characteristics in Korean along the same character line. So I think that shows the effort and the professionalism that the voice actresses are putting to these characters, each and every one.
All right. So just talking about, I think it's the same they were saying in the Korean stream. Obviously, a lot of the senseis appreciating just how professional they are about bringing the characters together. But here on the global stream as well, I see that a lot of our senseis are appreciating it as well. And Yonga PD just adding his own thoughts that there's multiple layers to students like Hoshino, where Hoshino might seem like someone again who it's their second, they've been there, done that, etc. But then they also have their expressive moments. So he's very appreciative. Oh, and he has a certain line that he wants to hear from.
Oh, is he having a request?
Yeah.
For Kyung-Icho?
Yeah, and in celebration of the current summer, because it's so hot right now
It is
in
not a
Korea as well.
celebration. It is.
더워서 말라버릴 것 같아. 가만히 있는데도 더워.
Oh man, the nozzles.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's straight from Blue Archive, the line about just so hot.
So hot.
Yeah, and it is really hot right now
It's
in Korea.
insanely humid and hot in Korea. This summer is kind of insane.
All right, well, we do have other guests we need to hear from.
Oh yes.
So we are going to be moving on, and we will be hearing from our voice actress of Aris.
Aris.
And we'll take a look at the video alongside as well.
The Millennium School. The game development.
Now, first we want to hear what was it like to become Aris. And when I first got the contact, I was very, very happy. But then when I found out it was for Aris, I found out that Aris is very, very popular, and so I was started to get a little worried.
Of course, she covers the entire, not just the chapter, the volume of Blue Archive. And she's got a unique, I guess, way of putting all the game talents in.
Yeah.
Super into games.
And so just saying that, I just did my best, but there were a lot of stories in the process, I guess. Yeah, and just saying that Aris is so cute, and so she had to put in a lot of thought.
The normal version Aris and also the made version, both are really strong in game also.
Yeah. And talking about that main version, how there is a slightly different tone, right, to Aris in the regular version and then the main version. So what considerations did you have for that change? And she's explaining, so when I first got the script, the original version was there, and then had a draft for the main version. So I kept wondering, do I have to do it differently? But it's still Aris, so should it be the same exact thing? And once we went to go into the recording, I was guided very, very specifically on the exact scenarios and what is going, the animations look like, and and overall the guidance that they wanted regular Aris to be very calm, and very stoic. But then, maid Aris has now already learned how to express herself a bit from the sensei and through that relationship, and so I could have a bit more freedom.
Exactly. At first, Aris had basically close to no emotion. If you look into the story, if you haven't, a little spoilers, but it's been a while, so you should be listening to this. But she's now getting used to being a real person.
Right.
She's growing up in the development part with the other students. And I think the voice actress really put that in as she went along, because she has a lot of lines as we start the story, and also later into the story, she's different. She does have a different personality in game.
Yeah, and so having to kind of grow alongside Aris here, that's what we're hearing from Kang Kim, our voice actress. But now we want to ask, so what do you think is the charm of Aris?
아리스의 매력은 사실 끝도 없다고 생각하지만 너무 귀엽고 사랑스럽고 깜찍하고 뭐 다 가지었지만 제가 녹음하면서
Yeah, and I just want to say, obviously, it's endless. She has so much charm. But to me, I think the most charming things are that she uses like terms, or obviously just like what she just said right now, like the sounds from games. So that's really a part of her character, and I think that's what's charming.
I think Aris is really, really cute. I tried to capture her cuteness into the voice. And also the directors really tried their best to guide me into the best product in recording.
Yeah, I mean, I think it couldn't have been that easy though, right? Because as they just explained, obviously there's cuteness, but also a little bit, kind of like an AI, right? A little bit not, human sounding, etc. And so she's explaining.
The question was that as Aris got through learning from the games, and she started learning about life, how hard that was. So and Garyong's saying that it was really hard at first because she had nothing else other than just knowing about the games. And then as I started to learn about a little more about the characters, it was a tough process, but I made it through.
Yeah, so I mean, she summed it up by saying, I tried my best to make sure to balance that out, not sounding too artificial, but also keeping that balance. But I can only imagine that it took a lot of time and consideration. But now a special question from Haru, from a voice actress to a voice actress, and I'm wondering, have you seen all the animations in game with your voice yet?
Oh, it's not my very first time, but to be listening to my act in front of a lot of you in front, it's something else.
I can tell though that she's a little bit shy about it, but she's also enjoying it a little bit.
Yes.
But just saying, most importantly, that she feels that it's an honor to be, the voice of Arisu, and just to be a part of Blue Archive and to bring this, student to life for all of our senseis. So I think she's just excited to be Aris herself.
Yeah, Aris is such a huge character. Also, and now we're talking a little bit more about the maid Aris. And which aspects did you put more effort in as you recorded maid Aris?
Yeah, and just saying, first of all, the voice is a little bit higher, higher tone, and I wanted to make sure that she was a bit more lovely, right? Because she's the maid, and then also the lines themselves have a little bit more expression in them. So I wanted to make her a little bit more loving and a bit higher tone, right? A little bit more energy. But at the end of the day, Aris is just cute to begin with. So
maximum cuteness. As she was I guess a lot more mechanical or technical to say. I do have her in the recollection lobby too, so I do know exactly how that feels.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad that obviously she said she was a little bit embarrassed, a little shy to be here in front of all the senseis, but I'm glad that she can kind of revel in this moment. And Young PD, just explaining that, of course, you know, Iris is one of his favorites as well. But the difficulty here with Iris as a character is that while she's, you know, innocent, she's cute, but again, like everything that she's, you know, picked up on is through games. So he thinks that balance is very, very hard. And just explaining that, you know, obviously for our senseis who picked up on all the nuances in Japanese, you would have noticed the difference in all the different balances. But in Korean, it comes across very differently in different lines at different scenarios. So he thought that was very interesting. And now we get to hear.
선생님이 아이템을 구입했어요. 프리미엄 스마일을 덤으로 드릴게요. 와.
I mean, that's just so iconic right there.
The level of sound. As Iris, of course, her brain is full of game comments.
Yeah,
and
game references.
narration.
Yeah.
That's basically Iris.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think probably a lot of our global senseis feel the same, but our Korean MCs wanting to kind of save that as a sound effect, as an alarm there. Yeah, a little ringtone. But guess what? You can always go back and watch the VOD, so it'll be there.
Our voices will be on top of it. Sorry, but
all right. Well, last but not least, for sure, quietly sitting by. And now let's take a look at Wakamo in Blue Archive to hear from our voice actress.
사실 와카모 성우를 어떤 분께서 담당을 해주실까 많은 선생님들께서
So a lot of senseis, you know, had big questions about, okay, who is going to become the Korean voice for Wakamo? So what were your thoughts when you first got told that your character was Wakamo? So, I mean, just off the bat, the fact that I could be a part of Blue Archive, which was so loved around the world, I was already so happy. But then when I found out it was Wakamo, I was so happy because she's just so beautiful, right? And she's got a lot of fanciness going on with her, you know, outfits, both the regular and the swimsuit version. So I was very, very happy that I got to voice such a pretty student.
Yeah, Yeonu came a little nervous and shy to be on the stage after recording all the Wakamo, but she's just praising how pretty Wakamo is.
Yeah, and the mask even the mask is very beautiful. It's got a lot of flair.
Behind the mask is even more. I was very surprised, and but I was also very happy to find out the actual behind the mask.
And Youngha just explaining that, you know, once they saw, or once a lot of the senseis got to hear, you know, the students shouting Blue Archive, you know, at the start of the game in Korean, people were trying to guess, senseis were trying to guess which students are involved in that, and immediately people could pick out this has to be Wakamo, and they were correct that she was a part of that recording as well for the title. So, what do you think is the charm of Wakamo? Yeah, so she's just direct, honest, speaks her mind. But every now and then, she goes a little off the wall. So I think she's got...
She's a little hardcore.
Yeah.
As you can see from the fire, I told you, she's very hot. I mean, hot as in like temperature hot.
So, yeah, just like an onion, so many layers here. But
there we go. If you have never seen Wakamo without the mask, there she is.
And now we want to ask, are there any lines that you remember?
선생님?
The Wakamo's voice lines got some rhythm into it, like like what she have just said.
리듬감이 있어서 그거를 어떤 리듬이 제일 좋은가 여러
So I tried to find the best rhythm, and I went through lots of recording to find the best rhythm in
Yeah.
Korean voice.
Yeah, because sometimes the words again are a little bit different, right? So she had to make sure that she found the right one that gave the same feel there in the tempo. But what kind of practice does it take? Like how do you prep for all of these to voice a student? And she says, now, I mean, I'm glad that the senseis could tell right away that my voice was Wakamo's, but my biggest worry was obviously, I can't be the same exact voice of the Japanese dub. So it's tough, but I did my best to just research that and try to match it in Korean. And I'm very appreciative of the senseis kind of liking how I voiced Wakamo in Korean.
지금 얘기하시는 거랑 지금 캐릭터의 어떤 음성이 굉장히 차이가 있으면서 다른 사람을 보는 듯한
And also the normal voice from Yeonu is not the same of what we hear from Wakamo.
직접적으로 여기서 말씀하시는데
But to listen to you actually, but hearing at the same time from the in-game voice and your voice right next to me, does surprise me a lot.
Yeah, can be a little bit jarring.
과자를 안 사줘도 따라갈 것 같은 그런 그런 빠져듦이 분명히 있다. 그리고 그렇게 연기를 해주신 것 같다라는 생각이.
And so Haru just explaining that I think Wakamo as a character, as a student, and the voice already has so much charm, right? That somehow the voice already, you feel like you just have to follow her, whatever she says. You have to follow along. But that's very different from how she's speaking right now. So how did you make sure that, were you imagining that that was your personality? How did you make sure that you had a bit of a, persuasive voice, we'll say? Because a lot of times people, there's a lot of hearts all around what she's saying and things like that. So how did you make sure that you were immersed in that personality and that expressiveness of that style?
아니면 무엇을 생각하셨다던가 그런 게 좀 있으실까요?
본인의 사랑을 충분히 표현하기 위해서 전체적으로 빠르게 대사를 하는 게 아니라 좀 여유 있게 감정을 충분히 담아서라고 생각하고 했던 것 같고.
Okay, so just saying,
항상
I
정말 미소를 띠고
made sure that
당신에 대한
to
애정을 담아 그렇게
Oh,
웃으면서
okay, to make
했던
sure
것
that
같고. 어미도
all the
계속
loving
했던 것
expression
같고.
really comes out, that I took it very, slowly, patiently. I didn't rush through any of the lines, and I made sure that I was smiling all the time as well to make sure that that came through, that I was really talking as if I was Wakamo.
To put as much affection into the character.
That is important. Yeah,
Just hearing our makes us happy in a lot of ways.
Well, I think it's very important the fact that again, they're voicing the student, but she was paying attention to her expressions while she was recording it to make sure that it comes through for Wakamo as well. Now on the there's a lot of discussion from the senseis about they're imagining that it sounds like Wakamo is like learning Korean. And now we want to hear she's getting
Oh,
nervous.
she's transforming.
이 와카모 한국어를 배운 것은 이렇게 당신과 만나기 위해서.
Wow, really different.
Okay, now I'm putting her in my recollection lobby. I had her for a long time, but I haven't tried her in Korean voice, but going in right there.
Yeah, now you have to.
상시로 풀리게 되니까
그렇죠.
이벤트 상설화에서 와카모 만나보실 수가.
아까 저희 그 배경 무료.
Oh, and also there will be Wakamo event coming up later.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can check her voice lines
Yeah,
in
there you
future
go.
event.
So you'll be able to experience Wakamo with the Korean dub.
아이고 큰일 날 뻔. 잠시 계신 줄 몰랐어요. 네, 죄송합니다.
But I mean,
네.
just because I think especially for our voice actress Yeonu for Wakamo, it really goes to show, right? Because she sounds so different, and the effort that she's putting in to become Wakamo herself.
저희 와카모 대사는
But-
안 듣나요?
아, 와카모.
Yeah, but can we hear another line here
Oh, yes,
from
please.
Wakamo?
아이 인간이라
네.
저 같은 사람한테 좀 무서운 캐릭터이기도 해요. 무섭달까? 안돼 또 이렇게 또 다가와.
Wakamo, as a super extreme introvert person, it's really hard to ask a real Wakamo.
대사를 직선적인 대사를 한국어로 들어보니까
Can you
그 매력이 더
tell us
살아나는
some
게 있어요.
direct
그래서 한번 대사 해주시면.
voice line of Wakamo, please?
아인데
Yeah, and Yeonu just saying I'm really introverted too.
드디어 찾았다. 이제 놓치지 않아요. 당신 제 눈에서 벗어나지 말아주세요.
와.
Oh my, Chobra. I'm going home
Yeah,
immediately.
immediately?
And putting an earphone on just to hear them once again.
Yeah,
Their
with
lines
the
are
Korean dub.
really good.
Yeah. And then I love that she immediately transforms back to herself in real life, and she gets super shy and introverted again.
Professional.
Oh man.
Yes.
시켜드리고 보내드릴 순 없죠.
그 분명히
Well,
성우님들도
obviously,
특히나 스페셜 MC
now we've heard from the 3 special guests, but we do have Haru here, who is our special host, but she is also a voice in Blue Archive as
Of
well.
course, Aruna.
최고인지 알아보자.
에요 불안합니다. 저도 질 생각은 없습니다.
Oh, strawberry milk
Immediately just comes out.
rap battle. Watch out, Eminem. She's coming.
지금 용아님이 매달
That was great. Because last time I remember she was very shy about everything, but now as soon as we
But she
request
actually
it,
got through the 2 voice lines.
yeah, there you go.
That's impressive.
저희가 이게 사전에 얘기가 되지
That was great. So maybe we should continue to try to invite Haru, and then she'll continue to just give us more lines live
Eventually,
here
she'll
on
finish the
Kivotos
entire
Live.
rap song.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, every time it's another line in the verse.
It'll take about 40 years. That song's pretty long. I still listen to it sometimes. It's a good
No, it's
morning
great.
song.
Yeah, it's so good. But now that's gonna be it for the quick interviews that we heard from them.
Oh.
And of course, there are going to be other things that we need to talk about for the rest of Kivotos Live as well. So we hope you enjoyed that segment to hear from our Korean voice actresses, or at least a couple of them, to celebrate the Korean dub coming out. Hope whoever is trying it, hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't yet, definitely go give it a shot to see if you like some of the voices in Korean. But now it's going to be time for us to be able to talk about special events coming up. And we've got a couple of things that we want to share with the Global Senseis as well.
Oh, we certainly do. We do have things coming up real soon for the Global Senseis, for all the senseis out there to enjoy, whether it's in-game, out-of-game, or a different game even.
Yeah. So
With
there,
Blue Archive related.
yeah, there's a couple of things we want to talk about kind of like outside of game stuff, updates. But let's bring up our first one. It's going to be a collaboration, I believe.
Collab with Blue Archive?
Yeah, we'll take a look here if we can bring it up.
I wonder what that will be. Oh, warships.
Whoa.
Warships got colors on.
These look fancy.
Neon lights on the warship. What?
Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
Chopra, are you sure?
I mean,
Neon-
it's here. It's here.
Neon lights on the warship doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
So, maybe you're not going to be as well hidden. But World of Warships having a collaboration with Blue Archive. So as you can see from this poster right now, there's going to be a collection of students from Blue Archive that are now going to be captains in World of Warships. Yeah.
On the ships, and also as you can see from the designs, they will have Oshino will get a
Crazy.
ship, Nonomi will get a ship, so they will have a few different ships. Collaboration with Blue Archive that was inspired by Blue Archive characters in warships. That's insane.
I mean, already the colors and everything look very crazy, right? Because it's a little jarring, to be honest, at first, because it's World of Warships and then it's Blue Archive, but Hey,
It does make sense. Lots of firepower involved in both games, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they're
Lots
battle
of gun
hardened.
actions, missiles, yes.
Yeah.
Not too far, all gunpowder.
Yeah, our students are battle hardened. But I would like to know if maybe there's a little bit more we can see. Maybe there's a trailer as well that we can play here. And there we go. Let's take a look.
面倒だな。先生も一緒に来てくれる？行きますよ、先生。もちろん一緒に来てくださいますよね。先生、出撃です。私もしっかり先生をサポートするのでよろしくお願いします。参戦するよ、先生。もちろんついてきてくれるよね。さあ、大海原での戦闘ね。行くわよ、先生。ついてきて。
Wow.
Oh, you've seen it.
That's crazy.
The entire task force on the way to the warship.
That's crazy. So as we saw in the trailer, they've got kind of unique, their skill names as well coming over from Blue Archive. Things like Punishment Time coming out for Nonomi and things like that. And then we saw that they're going to have a couple of them will have their own ships, right, like the Montana here for Hoshino. But if any of our senseis are already playing World of Warships Legends, then definitely I hope you enjoy it. But if you haven't, I mean, as you saw, Hoshino's asking, hey, Sensei, can you come with me? Because I don't feel like doing it. So maybe now is a good time to go check that out.
I actually played Warship somewhat a long time ago, so it's about time to re-download once again and play, because a lot of these characters also, there will be some special skills also related to the game, so I think it's really good to check that out now.
All right, well, that's going to be the first piece of news, but we do have another update for you as well for all of our global senseis. The Chalet Store goods will be open soon. As you see, the specific schedule coming out soon, but right off the bat, I mean, just this poster alone, I think there's a lot to look forward to.
We have a lot to go through. Wow. As that online should also be available online, that Charlotte store. So whenever there are new characters, there are usually acrylic stands and lots of merchandise that you can get from. So
yeah, we
all
saw
the new merch, you want to go get them.
Yeah, we saw some of those drawings already, but this is especially to celebrate the current update with the dresses and everything. So as you mentioned, acrylic stands. Now in the past we could we always got to take a closer look at some of the goods, but right now just a kind of a teaser there to let you know that the new goods will be coming up.
Yeah, it seems like there will be some Aru on the rock glasses and some more. Oh, not just that, we've got more coming up. What's this?
Okay.
Warcross?
So this is a big one. Yeah, so we cross TCG worldwide release. This is just the announcement. It is going to be coming this fall, but Blue Archive cards will be coming as a collaboration with Takara Tomy. And I mean, this is neat. As we can see on this poster right now, we can see the artwork for some of your favorite Blue Archive students coming up as well. And this is all coming up in the fall.
Oh, coming this fall. That's real soon. Right after summer, as you can see from the screen, we'll have Yuka, Hina, Neru, Shiroko, and more. More students.
No, that's amazing. Yeah. So obviously, if you already enjoy card games, then this is a no-brainer for you. But even if not, I mean, we just saw there the new illustrations, the artwork. I mean, if you want to support your students, right, you got to make sure that you support them in all of their different forms.
Hey, Chobra, I'll be super honest. TCG, I love the collection part, but the brain part.
But all you need to do is you can just.
I will actually just get it for collection.
No, those look very beautiful. Those look very beautiful. I can't wait to see.
These are very new, and it's actually in different style, which I would love to collect also.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the final versions seem like. And also, obviously, we just saw only a couple on there that you listed out in that poster, but we are told that there are more students, right, that will be featured. So I'm curious what the final lineup is going to look like.
Yeah, the Recross card. I haven't played it before, but maybe it's time. Well, we're having lots of collabs today.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that's another thing.
Yeah, so we have obviously earlier we talked about the World of Warships Legends and again, that's I saw the reactions from the senseis. I mean, this is kind of out of nowhere, right? It's out of nowhere, but then now we have WeCross as well for the TCG part. So two different, very, very big collaborations with.
It is.
Yeah, and this is interesting because it's funny because the last Kivotos Live we had, we got to talk about collaborations coming to Blue Archive, and now it's Blue Archive students going out to collaborate with other things outside.
Yeah, actually, I still play Mahjong after that Blue Archive collab. So I started playing about 2 months ago, and I just learned the basic rules.
Okay.
It's a little complicated, so I don't know exactly 100% what's going on, but things go electronically, automatically a lot of ways. So I did pick up a lot of regular basic rules, but I'm not that good at it yet, but I started playing it with Blue Archive.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
a good chance for you to get into some different games as well as playing Blue Archive at the same time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So that's a lot of things to look forward to. And, of course, don't forget we have the Chalet Goods store as well. But this isn't the only thing we want to talk about. Now, we've talked about future stuff, right, coming up with the Chalet Goods. That will be open soon. The schedule will be posted soon if you want to collect some more merchandise. But right now, we want to look back at something that happened over the summer.
Very recent, though.
Very
Not too far
recent.
away. As we did mention in our previous broadcast that this will be happening. And for those of you guys who got to enjoy, that's a little big hint.
Yeah, so obviously Blue Archive was at Anime Expo
That's
24, AX24. Not sure if maybe any of our senseis currently with us here for Kivotos Live were there, but it was it was just a blast. It was a resounding success.
I did tune into Blue Archive YouTube channel. It was a blast. There were so many cosplays of Blue Archive students. So many, literally so many that couldn't be captured in the same screen. And I also had personal friends who went to Anime Expo, and there was Blue Archive just everywhere.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
There were just so many people, and it was if you've checked out some of the scenery from Anime Expo, from the summary of the event. Obviously, we could see that people were just jiving, people were vibing, people were enjoying, just celebrating Blue Archive. All the senseis getting together, and it's a bit of a throwback because back when we first started going, being able to communicate with our global senseis in English. I know a lot of the global senseis were like, when can we take part in a in a Blue Archive event? Especially back then, we didn't have a lot of time to travel abroad, but this was a good chance. And then there was a panel talk as well with the devs. Yongha PD was there. So I hope that was a very exciting time. If any of you were there, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully there's more in the future.
Yep, I've been to Kintex just about a few months ago. It was another big event for 2.5-year Kivotos, and got to enjoy exactly the same thing from AX. They had the volleyball, which was incredible. The volleyball, I guess, a little tournament 1v1. And on top of that, there were lots of events, like throwing a lot of those dices. There were some offline events at the same time.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the scenery that was at Anime Expo. So for anyone who wasn't able to go, you can kind of just take in what it's going to be like in the future if you also have an opportunity to join us for Blue Archive.
일러스트도 굉장히 저희 기대 이상으로 좀 예쁘게 나와줬고 이
That's so sick.
Blue Archive.
That's so sick. I mean, first of all, thank you to all the senseis that did visit Anime Expo and
you.
joined us for, well, I say joined us, but you know, senseis, I just want to put this out there. You're always asking us why you can't be here for Kivotos Live, etc. Well, guess what? We couldn't be there for Anime Expo, so we were a little sad that we
We're
couldn't
even
be
now.
there. Yeah, so we're about even now, right? 5 Kivotos lives, etc. But thank you so much for joining us. It was just such a great experience to see senseis out in California, and maybe some of you traveling from abroad to celebrate Blue Archive with us at Anime Expo. And hopefully there's many more opportunities in the future, because I mean, you don't see people enjoying events like that actively too often. I mean, both of us have been to a lot of different conventions and conferences, but just like enjoying every part of it, the music, the talks,
senseis,
like
every
everything.
single time I go to conventions for Blue Archive, they're all nice senseis, lovely senseis, manner in line. They keep everything in rule.
Yeah,
There's not a single bad sensei out there. That's what I felt every single time.
Yeah, so just a shout out to everyone, and it was a great success. So thank you so much for making it a success for Blue Archive being at Anime Expo. But now taking a look at our stage here back in Seoul for Kivotos Live, it is time to say goodbye to our voice actresses as we are nearing the end of today's broadcast. So first of all, just hearing from our voice actress of Hoshino, just saying that she hopes that everyone, all the senseis continue to appreciate the work that they've put in, but also she hopes that this can be a new way for you to experience Korean as well, right? And learn Korean and get exposed to Korean as well alongside the Japanese dub. So she hopes that this is a new way for you to enjoy the language as well.
Yeah, that was Hoshino, Kyung-hee Cho. And of course, we have to hear from the other voice actresses.
그때 블루 아카이브 굿즈를 봤어요. 그래서 이렇게
Oh,
글로벌하게
okay.
주고받는 게임에
So our voice actor is Yanu for Akamo, saying that back in the day she visited Tokyo and she saw merchandise for Blue Archive, and she was like, oh, I wonder when I can be a part of something like this that's loved by so many senseis. And now she's in Blue Archive. She's a student in Blue Archive.
Her soul's in it now.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. So I mean, just what a journey, but just a shout out to Blue Archive from Akamo as well. And last but not least,
thank you.
키보토스 라이브에 불러주셔서 너무 감사드리고
our voice actress for Arisu, and just saying that if I can have
if Aris Pickup would come back as soon as possible.
Just a personal wish.
Very personal wish.
Just the return pickup, hopefully ASAP.
She's indeed a very good student.
That's so funny. hey, but if anyone's gonna have
You're
the power to
missing
say
some mystic?
it.
Oh yes, she is the one.
Listen, Aris is asking directly herself that she wants to return ASAP. You can't deny that.
You're right.
Yonga can't deny that. Yonga PD cannot deny us of that. So. Okay, and maybe some more students that Arisu wants to look out for
maybe
herself.
the developers right now back at the back end, they're like redoing the schedules for artists. Oh, that's supposed to be in like 2 years, but 1.5 years, but let's push her in like 6 months.
yeah, bring it back, pull it up. And Haru just getting more comfortable here
She's
as the
enjoying
host.
the stage
Yep.
now.
Yeah, no, it's great to see them be such a big part. But of course, we have to hear from Haru as well, I'm sure. Yeah,
Certainly, yes.
our voice for Arona and Plana. And just saying, I don't think I, really can say that there's, I don't deserve to be a host, but I am so grateful that I had a chance to be here. And I think in the future, maybe if you can invite me back as a guest, I think I would appreciate that again. I think I could get maybe a bit more comfortable, but it was such a joy. Oh, and host Dongmin MC has had a great idea that maybe next Kivotos Live we can have an opening performance from
next time
Haru.
she won't be in the MC. She will be the rapper on
the
stage.
opening show. Yeah, the rap battle with Dongmin MC though. They have to battle with each other.
Oh man, I already vote for Haru.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, Dongmin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Arona Plana just absolutely
Absolutely
would spoil
destroys
him.
him.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a chance. He gets a chance, but no votes.
But Haru just saying also, thank you so much for inviting me back, and also I loved being here with my colleagues, that voice to other students as well. And I hope that all the senseis globally continue to love and support Blue Archive and all the students, which I think everyone will continue to do for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Haru Kim, for joining us on the show. Coming out here once again for the second Kivotos Live.
Yeah, as a host, I mean, she said that she was a bit more nervous, but we got to give that shout out. Very, very much appreciative of that. And of course, we also need to hear final words from Youngha as well, who flew in after his travels in Shanghai, then Taiwan, and now here. And just saying that I'm glad that I'm here. And as you've mentioned that I had a lot of opportunities to travel all throughout July. Obviously, we saw Anime Expo. He was there, but then he was at Bilibili World for Shanghai as well. And then just yesterday, he was in Taipei as well, in Taiwan. So he's been flying around all around the world, just landed back in Seoul for Kivotos Live.
And giving up his weekends,
Yes.
do extra work, and wanted to see the senseis all around the world.
But now, obviously, he can now meet all the senseis digitally here today with our senseis both in Korea and globally. So he's just saying, it was a good realization that all the senseis are of one mind, that we all love Blue Archive the same way, right? That the senseis, we all have a connection as senseis. So thank you so much to all of the senseis around the world. And I hope that we can continue to be a Blue Archive that you can look forward to in the future as well.
Thank you, Youngha Kim, for connecting throughout the world, physically
Yeah.
going out there to connect and to have some communication directly with the global senseis. I think
Yeah,
was
it's not
really
easy.
needed. It's not easy with that
not
much
easy.
responsibility.
And we've now just bought enough time, because I was about to say, Youngha just said thank you, and then he was about to put the mic down, and I was like, whoa, that's not what we do here at Kivotos Live. Come on, Youngha.
Come on, you know what?
This isn't your first rodeo. And
the surprise,
today's gift for all of our sensei.
What is it?
Drum roll.
Do we have
And
it?
there it is.
Live television. 1,200 pyroxenes. Yes.
1,200 pyroxenes. All right. You've started off your bank account again.
Now I'll be 4 digits from 2.
Oh,
2
wow.
digits in.
Okay, that's 2 times as much. That's a 100% increase of digits. It's 100%.
About 60 times. 60 times? Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for celebrating, of course, here with us at Kivotos Live. That's the
I've heard
1,200
from the chat
pyroxenes.
that it's already in your mailbox if you go
Yeah.
to the game. So make sure to collect it, log in right away, and just grab that as soon as possible.
Our senseis have figured it out now, that it starts to,
Reset, restart.
it slides into the mailbox a little bit soon.
You already got it. Thank you. Thank you, all the senseis. You've got it. If you haven't, make sure to log in.
Sure.
You need to log in to grab it.
For sure. But of course, we just want to say thank you to all of the senseis that join us for these broadcasts at Kivotos Live as well, because it's always a joy to be able to just hear from you and also bring you this content. Whether it's looking back at some of the past stuff with the dev updates, whether it's looking forward to future updates, whether it's hearing from special guests.
Yeah, throughout all the students, all the contents, especially to this guy right here on my left, Chobra, delivering all these messages to all the senseis out there. Can't do this without you, man.
No, for sure. Now it's a team effort now. Just like they keep bringing in more voice actors, maybe one day we'll have a full lineup of other senseis here that are giving everything, all the information to our senseis around the world. We keep throwing all this out there, and we're just putting a lot of
Nothing
pressure.
comes to fruition.
Hey, Blue Archive was at Anime Expo, though.
Oh, that
happened.
did come in about
That
a year.
Yeah, so you never know. You never know. But of course, we are about to wrap up. So once again, shout out to all of the senseis around the world. Thank you so much. And obviously, we talked about the upcoming events, all the throughout the next month and a half. New students come, maybe some returning students as well. So we hope you continue to enjoy Blue Archive and all the content for the rest of the year. And that's it for us today at Kivotos Live. This was Shobra.
I'm G Clef.
And we will see you next time for Kivotos Live.